Okay. Yo, what's up? This is your boy Germs from Germs Boxing, aka Jermsterdam is the boxing prophet. Alright, I've been waiting all day to fucking make this prediction. I want to talk to you guys about the Haymaker, David Haye, and Vladimir Klitschko. Now, I know that I've been talking about my predictions from before. I know I've made a video before, you know, just fucking around with the daddy done and whatever, whatnot. And I actually been looking into the fighters again, spiritually, psychologically, and I'm breaking it down into a new prediction, okay? Now, I see two different outcomes in this fight. There's two really realistic ways that this fight could either go to, obviously. But for the longest time, I always said that David Haye would be the one that would knock out Vladimir Klitschko. I always thought that because of the styles, okay? Now, when you talk about styles, different fighters have different styles. Some styles would be like kryptonite to other styles. Sometimes two styles can generate some sort of a chemical explosion that will give us, like, you know, an epic fight. Whereas if they fight other people, it won't be as epic. You know what I'm saying? So styles make fights. What I thought that David Haye had a big advantage was his dumb power. A lot of people don't understand what I mean when I say dumb power. Dumb power is when you land a punch that you're not even supposed to. Like let's say you scuffle it and you throw an overhand left, maybe a hook, a blind jab, and you land it square and it knocks the other person out. You know, like basically just like a flurry of punches, one punch, oops, I knocked him out. Oops. That's what I'm talking about. Dumb power. David Haye has that kind of power. That kind of power is the most scary kind of power that any fighter can have in any way. So I was thinking, all right, how would that affect Vladimir Klitschko? Okay, well, this is the reason. I want to show you guys a sample of what I'm talking about. Okay, now Vladimir Klitschko, European style, straight, solid, like a pole, like a tall ass pole. Okay, hands usually down, more like a Joe Louis. You know what I mean? His strong points are the straight hands, the straight jab, and then followed by the freaking pistol of a cross. Okay, so now Vladimir Klitschko, boom jab, and when the person gets too close, obviously he grabs him. That's his style, and it's not like Ricky Hatton where he goes in, grab you, hold you, hit you, grab you, hold you, hit you. It's a different kind of grabbing. You see, there's a different kind. There's grabbing. A lot of people say that he's a hugger. Okay, hugging or grabbing or clinching is part of boxing. Okay, if you know that, it's part of. There's two different. There's one thing about running around. Oh shit! Grab him. Just hope that he doesn't get hurt. There's that kind of grabbing. That's called cowards grabbing. You know, that's a bitch move. Okay, but that's not what Klitschko does. Klitschko hits you, and when you get inside, he grabs you. You know, because when you're far away from a boxer, you're fighting on the outside. You know, you stay outside. You know, but if a person goes inside, you're not gonna you're not gonna scuffle it up inside with him because that's his domain. So you just gotta, grab him, make him break. Okay, boom, that's it. That's the technical. You hit, grab, break. Hit, grab, break. Okay, yeah, some people have that. The problem with people that fight Vladimir Klitschko is that they don't have a formula for that. They don't know how to do that. You know, you see a big, tall, 6'6" man jab you with a freaking strong jab and then put his whole body on you. And I'm telling you, he's not flabby either. He's solid. So after a while, you're gonna get tired. And then when he's jabbing you and jabbing you, you're not even gonna be able to move your head around because motherfucker been sapping your fire, your energy. Next thing you know, you're out. So that's Vladimir Klitschko. David Haye, he reminds me of Jack Dempsey, okay? Because he's more like, like he moves around, he lets you, he lets you, and then he springs out like a coiled cobra, springs out, with his haymakers, you know what I mean? Explosive. The thing about this is like Vladimir Klitschko, I totally see Vladimir Klitschko do the jab, and right before he hugs him, David Haye will do that little explosive flurry. You know what I mean? I can totally see Vladimir Klitschko get iced by David Haye. But this is the thing. That's a lucky punch that I'm giving him because, hey, oh man, you see, I gotta be careful with this prediction. I totally see Haye doing that to Vladimir Klitschko, but yet you can see any other heavyweight doing that to Klitschko. Not really, because the speed wasn't there in a lot of other fighters. You know, the speed, that's the thing that they needed, was the speed, you know, and David Haye, he's got the speed to go with his power. And that's kind of scary if you ask me. Okay, so for the longest time, I was like, for sure, David Haye is going to win. I changed my mind. I changed my mind because it's just a hunch. It's just a hunch, you know. I don't want to, you know, the first I was, because, okay, I predicted Solis to beat Klitschko, Vitaly Klitschko, because I feel like he had what it takes. You know, he had the head movement. He had, you know, when Vitaly would throw that jab, Solis had a habit of ducking the jab and throwing that overhand right, okay? So I thought the formula was down, set, and solid for Solis. However, got knocked out in one round. People debate about whether it was a punch or not. Come on, man. You know, if you can read muscle ripples, if you can read the jiggle in the fat, if you can read the body language when a muscle is landed, of course, all the angles were crap. You couldn't really see the uppercut land on the temple, but if you see the back of Solis, the shock that goes right down his back when it lands, you know, there's a shock wave that you can see ripple inside the skin. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be smart and intelligent to pick that up, man. You gotta see that. But I mean, obviously you can't see it on YouTube because you can't see it, real fucking pixelated, you know. But I'm talking about, like, you know, if anybody ever recorded this for the fight, the Klitschko and Solis fight on freaking TiVo or whatever, you know, on high definition, you can see the ripples. But so anybody can say that they did land a punch. But anyway, that's a different topic. Hey, David Haye maker. Okay, I'm thinking, what can I break down this? Because a lot of my predictions have to do with, like, a fighter's past. You know, like, let's say they fight somebody who had the similar style, similar body, similar, you know, or similar mentality. Okay, Valuev comes into mind. I throw in Valuev and David Haye together, okay, when they fought. I thought that Valuev did enough to outbox David Haye to get a draw, maybe. He is a horrible looking boxer, okay? He's not pretty boxer, yet he was giving David Haye a hard time. But at the end of the rounds, David Haye threw that left uppercut, oops, and the big giant just, you know what I mean? The big giant just wobbled around, man. That was funny. Now I'm trying to put Vladimir Klitschko in the place of David Haye. I mean, my bad, Valuev. How would Vladimir Klitschko do different? Okay. I don't think David Haye's gonna let himself get grabbed too much, okay? I think David Haye's gonna be running from Klitschko. So I don't see Klitschko really getting a lot of hugs to give Haye that much chances, you know, to get, because if Vladimir Klitschko gets knocked out, it's when he's trying to hug David Haye. That's the only way. That's the only way. I don't see David Haye jab, cross, knocking him out. I don't see him jab to the stomach, overhand right. I don't see him hook to the belly. No, none of that. I just expect one left hook inside while Vladimir Klitschko is hugging him. That's the only punch I see David Haye land. And, I mean, that knocks him out if he is to win. But I think we're gonna see the same thing as other Klitschko fans. I mean, opponents. I think that David Haye's small. I mean, because he's small for a heavyweight, somewhat. I mean, not compared to me. I mean, to me, he's short, he's big. You know, I think he's a monster. But compared to Vladimir, goddamn, he's really small. Okay, so I think Vladimir Klitschko is gonna outbox David Haye. I think he's gonna jab. Everybody, listen to this. Everybody who fights Vladimir Klitschko, they always say the same shit. From Sam Peter to Eddie Chambers to freaking Tony Thompson to Everybody say the same shit. You're just jab, jab, grab, jab, jab, grab, and I have a formula for that. They all know what's coming, yet they freeze under that pressure. They freeze under that jab. They know what's coming, they just don't know how to stop it. You know what I'm saying? It's like saying, hey, I know what you're gonna punch me with, so I'm gonna look for that. Yet he still gets his fucking head jabbed off. Okay, so I'm not gonna believe David Haye when he says he's got something for it, but I believe he can do it. But I think at the end of the day, it's all gonna go back to the instincts. It's all gonna go back to what you know, your fundamentals. And Wladimir Klitschko has solid fundamentals. I have a feeling that Wladimir Klitschko is gonna land a straight right and really hurt David Haye. I can at like around 6 or 7. You know, I see him scuffle. I see him. I could see David Haye knocking Wladimir Klitschko down. I can totally see him do that, and I can see him trying to rush for it. And Wladimir Klitschko keep hugging him and hugging him like, oh shit, oh, like another Sam Peter, maybe even dropping him again. But at the end of the day, Wladimir Klitschko, it's gonna be kind of boring fight. It's gonna be a little boring. It's gonna be really chess match until Wladimir lands the right, and then what's his name? David Haye is going to be wobbling and wobbling, and I have a feeling he might be able to knock out David Haye. Okay? I know this whole time I've been saying that David Haye is going to knock out Wladimir Klitschko, and I finally push record, and I'm like, you know what? Wladimir Klitschko is going to take it. Wladimir Klitschko is going to take it for fundamentals. He's got more power. He's more athletic. He's been fighting the top A freaking fighters his whole freaking career, most of his career, at least half of his career. You know what I'm saying? The better half of the time he's a champion, and he's fighting the best in the world. Always been fighting the best in the world. I mean, with the best that there is right now, what they have to offer. Okay, so I don't think David Haye has his momentum. He has what it takes to do this. He doesn't have the momentum. He could have done this if they would have fought back then. He could have done this. But I think that David Haye hyped himself so much that psychologically he's putting too much on his plate that when he gets in the ring, he's not going to know how to deal with the situation. He's not going to know how to deal with the event. He's not going to know how to deal with anything, because you got to remember, a lot of David Haye's big fights are with tomato cans, except Valua. Valua is a big tomato can. You know what I'm saying? So David Haye did hype himself up to make this fight, to actually get this fight with Wladimir Klitschko. So he's all talk. He's all talk, blah, 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 no, So I think David Haye was actually convincing me that he was going to knock out Klitschko. And see, this is the thing. Klitschko got knocked out twice, or 3 times. Pretty freaking Sanders, Lemon Brewster. You got to remember, let's look at Lemon Brewster, let's look at freaking Sanders, okay? Lemon Brewster, Wladimir Klitschko wobbled him. He was about to knock him out and got down. Actually, Wladimir Klitschko, he sapped his whole energy trying to knock his head off. So Brewster had to get dropped, almost killed, and almost destroyed, so he can get into the lion's den and actually knock out Wladimir. David Haye will not get that chance. He will not be able to recuperate as fast as Lemon Brewster did if he ever gets dropped. That's what was needed for Lemon Brewster to knock out Klitschko, was Klitschko to put his guard down and try to go in with his face first, try to finish him off. Sanders is a lefty, first of all. Tall freaking lefty, as tall as Wladimir Klitschko. And he's got that freaking left, that's just a monster. Okay, so Sanders, being as tall as he is, landing that straight left on the first round with Wladimir Klitschko, and then on the second round, okay. And plus, you know, I remember Wladimir Klitschko was going through some psychological things during that time too. So there was a lot of factors. I don't like when people say, oh yeah, like Sanders and like Brewster, yeah, knocking him out, he has a soft chin. No, they all had formulas to get to the position where they needed to get to for Wladimir Klitschko to end up on the floor. Do you understand? It's not just a chin, it's not just a punch. It's more than that. You have to go do your homework. You have to do more than that. And David Haye he's not gonna have all the stars are not gonna position themselves right for Wladimir Klitschko to put his chin out and actually get killed. Okay? No, baby, don't do that to her, baby. Leave her alone. Okay? So I gotta go right now, but that's basically what I'm trying to tell you. Wladimir Klitschko is gonna jab the shit out of David Haye and eventually kill him with that right, just like any other prediction that I've always made with Wladimir Klitschko, except this time it's with Haye. And if he does knock out HAYE, that's it. The Klitschkos are gonna have all the belts. That's the unification right there. Boom, ring belt, WBC, WBA, whatever the fuck, all the belts, the rainbow belts, all over. The Klitschkos did it. Have all the freaking titles. That's it. You can't say nothing about it. You know what I mean? And that's what's gonna happen. And if David HAYE wins, oh, okay, then I guess I was right. You know what I mean? I mean, because my heart, in a lot of ways, believed that HAYE was gonna win, but I think it was because he convinced it. Oh shit, he's a salesman. He even sold the shit to me. I bought it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm returning it back. Here's your receipt. I don't want this shit no more. I'm going with Klitschko. Okay? So that's what it's gonna be. So subscribe. You know, I got music. I got a lot of good music. I got the battle, you know, with me against some other homie, you know, so yeah, check out my videos. And if you got any other questions to ask me, let me know. I'm gonna make some more predictions in within the next couple of days. You know, with the Andre Ward and Carl Froch for the Super 6 tournament. I'm gonna make that. I'm also gonna be making just a few predictions. You know, I'm gonna also talk about the Manny Pacquiao steroids. A homeboy asked me if, what I thought about that, and I really want to talk to you about that because it's a process. It's a long. I gotta get into it and want to talk to you about it. Okay, so it's JERMZ Boxing, JERMZ the Boxing Prophet. You want to listen to my music? It's JERMZ the Rapper, and that's it. Take care. Bada boom, bada bing. Here I'm coming. All right, thanks.